record this motherfucker because we're going, okay? A warning. Blade 2 is an R-rated movie. This is the NC-17... Warning. A warning. A warning. Blade 2 is an R-rated movie. This is the NC-17 review of it. You have been warned. For me to review Blade 2, it is a major conflict of interest because Guillermo del Toro and I are brothers. His father says so, his wife believes this. Guillermo and I are just the best of friends. But when El Gordo calls my father Dad, and I call his dad Pops, and we delve into hours of passionate discussion about H.P. Lovecraft, Goya, Steve Ditko action, the movies, and pussy, we can lose all track of time on planet Earth. But having attended the world premiere of Blade 2 last night, one inescapable thought crossed my mind during the movie. 10-1, I believe Guillermo del Toro eats pussy better than any man alive. Watch his House of Pain sequence in Blade 2. Blade 2 is the tongue, mouth, fingers, and lips of a lover. The audience is the clit. Watch your audience. This is where Guillermo del Toro goes down on the audience. It starts with long licks, with a nose bump on the joy button slowly. He smiles as he does this, watching the audience begin to squirm. Then he takes the audience's clit in his mouth and just licks it like crazy. The audience is ready, on that precipice, then calm. He backs off, long licks again, brings in a finger to massage a bit, licks from the bottom to the top. The audience is cooing. He has them. They want release. He acts like he's going to give it to you, takes you right to the edge. The audience's backs arched, ready to come. Backs off, pinching the nipples just so his head bobbling up to say, "You like?" The audience shifts around, needing release. He builds again, the pressure at a near boiling point. Each stroke and moment, a hypersensitive place, the two fingers to the sweet spot. The audience is there, right there at the point, and suddenly he's relentless, taking the audience through a rampage of orgasms, trying to get away, trying to escape, back, but he has you, and he's never going to let you forget this moment. The audience was electric, frenetically frothing. Guillermo hears them begging no more when he decides to stop for a moment. There's that relaxed calm. The audience relaxes. Labored breathing, a sated smile. When suddenly the relentless bastard is at it again, you begin laughing, trying to push him away, but no, more pleasure, more joy, more fun. You can't handle it. You start giggling and screaming, and it goes like this for quite some time, till at the end the credits roll, the theater lights come up, you look at the screen, you realize you want that tongue again. You want that feeling again, and you watch it again and again, because damn, he respects the clit. Okay, maybe I take the metaphor too far, maybe, but I had two girls around me, patch black and blued. My right forearm was slaps and rabbit punches as though Guillermo was pounding the short hairs, and Saffron, not Vegas, is gripping my shoulder from behind like frickin' Spock, leaning up to my ear to say, "You didn't tell me this was pornography." To which I grabbed her hand, sniffed her fingers, and said, "Your fingers are wet. Enjoy." Now you might feel all this is inappropriate behavior on my part, but folks, at the Q&A afterwards, the second question came from a woman on the front row that asked Del Toro, "Could you comment on the vaginal influence of the Reapers?" Guillermo looked like the wet chin thigh splitter that he is and said, "You have to understand makeup artists, they never get any pussy, so they're always creating it." Exactly. Now, lest you think this film is merely pornographic and you seemingly are living in the delusion that is a bad thing, it is not. Guillermo likes to pretend this movie is just there to make you go, whoa. But only a blind man can see Guillermo at work here. Blade 2 is from Goya's Black period. Look at the palette, the brutal primalness of the Reapers, the sparing use of color. There's sadness amongst the organisms in this film. There is a solemn, pathetic nature to the emaciated monsters of the Reapers, a melancholy to the movie at its quietest moments. When you see the Reaper that Chris Whistler catches like a coyote, he's been gnawing away at his arm trying to get away. There is just a captivating, can't look away nature of the dead, the dying, and the diseased, and Guillermo understands that morbidity. You can see it in his film right here. His mounds of skulls in the sewers of Prague are not pure bones. There's rancid strings of something so icky and that nasty that my eyes will not define it. The film revels in the grand weenal of it all and does it all with this smile. A smile. That reminds me, many people will wonder why Del Toro's Blade is much more appealing than the original. And the reason is Del Toro gets Wesley to smile. And for a bit, he takes off his glasses, and we see his eyes. He strips away a bit of his cool, stoic manliness, and lets a bit of that kid in the cookie jar joy of naughtiness out. The result is absolutely captivating. Ron Perlman, when Ron and Guillermo got together, there is a magic to the scenes. Go check out Kronos. Watch Ron's vain nose obsessed bad guy. Watch how utterly delicious those scenes are with Ron. Absolutely magic here. Here, Ron comes off looking, sounding, and being just the badass that you love. Reinhardt is a glorious bastard in this film. Just a fantastic ass of a man. After the film, Ron took the stage with Guillermo. He was dressed with a cool black leather jacket and a BPRD t-shirt from Hellboy. My God, folks, having read Guillermo's Hellboy script, it is 100% Guillermo del Toro. And folks, as cool as Blade 2 is, Blade 2 was a teaser. It was just pussy licking. Hellboy is deep dicking. The difference between Blade 2 and most sequels that you see is... Okay, the difference between Blade 2 and most sequels that you see is Guillermo wasn't interested in making a sequel to Blade. He wanted to make a vampire that you could be afraid of again. Not some guy with extended canines, but something you would run in mortal fear of. He wanted to create a swallower of souls, something in the inky black parts of your mind. Something new. Blade has subtle romance, platonic bonds, machismo posturing, and just an insane amount of ass-kicking. I hope Sam Raimi can top this with Spider-Man. But can Tobey Maguire be more cool than Wesley Snipes? Does that Green Goblin costume allow for the actor to perform and improv and connect his audience the way that Perlman does, or the Reapers? Then there's the fact that 100% R-rated unapologetically. Hope you enjoy Guillermo del Toro's tongue. I mean Blade 2. You'll be back for seconds. That is one of the worst things ever written. Why, Harry? He was just like, okay, you head geek, yeah. I bet his fucking staff, when he showed them the manuscript, they're like, are you sure, dude? And he's like, watch. They're like, okay, he doesn't want to fuck Guillermo. He wants Guillermo to fuck him. He wants his clit to be massaged by Guillermo del Toro. And you know what? Hey, if Guillermo del Toro is his thing, then it's his thing. But yeah, that happened.